Hi guys, it's Mew2King. As you probably know, the new Nintendo Direct came out, and Incineroar was one of the Pokemon characters that were just revealed. So this character is a Fire-type Pokemon who's pretty much one of those slow-moving tank characters. He's like a wrestler-type character. He has very slow ground movement, and he has a lot of landing lag with his aerials, but he's also very strong and has some unique ways of fighting. So one of the unique ways of fighting, in my opinion, I'll start with the best move, is he has a counter move, which is called Revenge. This seems to be, from what I've been able to see, probably the fastest counterattack in the game, starting around frame 4 and lasting until frame 23, which is about 20 total frames. If it's not exactly that, it's something close to that. There's several unique things about this move. One is when you get hit by the attack, you take some damage. So you only take like maybe a third of the damage the attack will do. So if a move does like 6 damage, you might take like 2 damage or so, for example, just roughly. And then you also deal about 3 damage back to the opponent to hit them away real quick. So those are some extra features, but that's not the main specialty of this move. The main specialty of this move is that you do a much more powerful attack on your next move. So if you counter an attack, you do much more damage on your next attack that lands on them. So from what I've seen from the footage, the average seems to be about 1.7 times. However, as we've seen from the footage of Lucario doing the forward smash, where his F smash was able to do 66 damage, there's obviously more to the formula than that. So if you counter a strong move, it's even extra stronger. So you saw that his slightly charged F smash did 66 damage. In other cases, moves can do like 33 damage, for example. So basically, I feel like this character, because of that feature, is going to rely a lot on counter, because you can make your next attack super strong. This is going to be a core part of this character, is learning how to use this counter. So if you're familiar with Marth or other types of characters, I feel like that could be very beneficial, because you're used to using counter anyway, and now it's just a slightly fast counter that lasts less long, with other features added to it. Overall, the counter is better than Marth's counter, obviously, because this is pretty much his core attack. This is also going to be very good in doubles, because you could pretty much just purposely get hit by a certain attack from your opponent. You each take a little bit of damage, but now you're super strong, and that's a trade-off that's generally worth it. So I feel like he's going to be an extremely powerful doubles character, and singles he's just going to rely on this counter a lot. Out of the way, besides talking about counter, his grab attacks, he seems to have a down throw combo, and the back throw has an incredibly high base knockback, doing about 15 damage, and sending really far even at 0%, while also killing at high percent. That's a really strong throw. He also has a side beat grab, which is pretty fast. It's definitely, I would say, it's like you could think of it as Ridley's side B, except it seems to have more range and it's faster. So in my opinion, it's basically like a better version of Ridley's side B. So he's pretty big on grabbing you and then doing a lot of damage after the grab. Besides those moves, he has 2 aerials which I think are very notable. His forward air comes down on frame 8, and it's pretty much a drop kick attack, kind of similar to King K. Rool. It reminds me of that. That seems pretty good to anti-air somebody. Maybe it'd be good for edge guarding too. I wouldn't really land with this character too much, because the landing lag on this character overall seems pretty bad on his aerials. Seems like pretty laggy with his landing lag. So I think he's better used for anti-airs, other ways of fighting. Another way of fighting, in my opinion, one of his other best ground attacks is his down tilt. This move comes out on frame 9, and it seemed like it did a true combo at certain percents in certain matchups. And even when it doesn't true combo, it seems like you have quite a bit of frame advantage. The total time of this move is probably only like, it seemed to be around 29 frames or so. Don't quote me on that, but it's something probably close to that. So because now you can attack out of a run, I feel like doing a running down tilt could be pretty good. So if you're a melee player, you're pretty much familiar with the muscle memory needed to do running down tilt. I feel like you can use that exact same muscle memory here, and I feel like that could be a good move from time to time, since the move seems overall pretty good. Up tilt starts around frame 6 or so, give or take. It's only a few frames laggier than down tilt, and seems pretty good. Starts behind you. Up air is one of the notable moves. Besides forward air, I think this is also his best aerial. It seems to start somewhere around frame 7, and only slightly more than 30 frames total time is from what I've seen. that type of frame data, roughly, is very good. Because that means you can do about 2 in a second. So that I feel like his forward air and up air are going to be key parts of this character since they seem better. They seem like extra good forward airs and up airs compared to other characters from what I've seen. His Nair is frame 5, but has a lot of landing lag. He has a lot of landing lag in general, as I've already said before. But Nair is pretty much like get off me type of move as far as I've seen. One of his special attacks is called Lariat. It seems to come out on frame 5 while also seems like it has some invincibility. Maybe that move could be useful if you wanted to hit somebody with a certain power. So I was thinking maybe that could be useful for edge guarding or like trading with somebody in certain situations where it's going to be favorable for you. You might want to use this move in situations where you want to counter like a recovery or something, but I'm just guessing. I'm not really sure the best purpose of this use set. I was just theory crafting. His up B, it seems pretty bad. He goes up into the air and then comes down, as you've all seen, but it doesn't seem like it's very great for recovery. And if you are hit high into the air, I do think one use of this is if you're hit high into the air, you can use the up B high, and then, as I've said in the direct, you can act out of it again. So I don't know what you can do after that, but I know that you can side B and then up B, but I think you could also up B and then side B in different orders. But this only works if you're hit high. So if somebody was to hit Incineroar off the stage, if a move that sends at a very low, steep angle, that might be bad for his recovery. Side B is a grab move, as I said, but again, it's really useful for recovery. Overall, this character seems quite good. His counter, grabs, running down tilt, fair, and up air particularly stand out to me more than his other moves from what I've seen so far. Well, these are just the first impression of the character. I'm interested in picking up this character specifically for doubles because I love doubles, and I feel like this character has a lot of doubles potential, specifically on the killing aspect. So I'm probably going to look into a lab that at some point into the near future after the game is released. And singles, I'm not so sure. I feel like he'll be camped out, but I feel like he has good frame advantage in certain situations, and if he can get juggles started, that could be pretty good. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the character so far. Please subscribe and hit the bell for more future content because I'm going to release many more videos on this channel and my personal YouTube as well.